I probably wouldn't be able to keep on working there for very long.
Mhm.
I was getting long in years. I was in my 60s. And David came in this Rock of Gibraltar, and he taught the classes. The kids were happy, because usually before that, when there was an assistant working with those who didn't make the chorus, who were in the little special chorus, or beginning conducting, were not all that happy, but everyone loved working with him. And if I had any trouble with men, I remember on the Bulgarian tour, Romania, he was just there in the middle of it, and everyone laughing, and he kept morale up really wonderfully. Romania was very much of a downer place because the Ceausescu's were
Ceausescu's, yeah.
Still running it, and I remember a lot of my kids dealt with the black market because it was just all over the hotel, all over the whole place. I couldn't stop him. And he kept morale up. It was fascinating. And always had jokes to tell, and everybody enjoyed that trip so much. And it was, the large part of it was because he was sort of a joint conductor of it. I mean, he was a great helper.
That's great. Well, let me turn for a second to your son Alexander. So he's a composer. He teaches at Temple. Do you know about his piece that we're going to perform?
I don't know much about it.
Okay.
I just know that it was written to the great poet
Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman, and he fell in love with the text, of course, and said it. He had done another big piece, 5 religions, pieces of the 5 largest religions in the world. And it was a fascinating idea, but he had a couple of the pieces were mostly speech, and I told him this isn't going to work. I mean, having the different parts speak a lot. I mean, some of it's very good. I mean, you use a little bit, but he had a whole movement with these parts speaking. Well, who's going to listen to that? I mean, what? Because they were all speaking different texts, and it doesn't work. But he wouldn't listen to me. Well, that's okay. I mean, a lot of times he wouldn't listen to me, which was all right. But he started on clarinet, and with a wonderful clarinet teacher at the conservatory, whose name I can't remember. But it was good, and then he went out to, where's the University of Colorado? Not Boulder. He went out to Boulder where there's I guess I'm getting tired. Buddhist school, Naropa Institute. And that's where they had this wonderful bass clarinetist teaching. And he went to study with Bud, what's his name? And he became hooked by a great teacher, maybe Shurgam Trungpa, who is dead now, but really had everybody mesmerized out there. So he came east, not much in love with the clarinet, but a very, very strong Buddhist. And he got his master's degree at Bloomington, and there became even more attached to choral music. Not anything to do with his mother, but the music there, of course, it's big in Bloomington. And then came to Temple University in Philadelphia, and his wife got a job in the museum there. And it was good for him. It's not the highest of the music schools in the country, but it was a good place for him. And he had some good teachers. and one of them became sort of his mentor, which helped him, of course, teach there in Temple. So he teaches composition and harmony and counterpoint. And he's starting a chorus with Alice Parker's daughter,
Oh,
Molly,
okay. Wow.
there, to mindfulness and music. It's a big thing now. It's
Yeah,
becoming
mindfulness is
just
certainly a Well, I think we've covered a lot of territory here. So
Yes,
this
I'm
is
sorry, I
wonderful.
forget things.
No,
but
no,
I
no,
don't-
it's been wonderful. So, hopefully we will see you for a concert in
Oh,
November,
yes.
and hopefully you'll be conducting Coro Allegro. That would be quite wonderful.
Yes,
of
I
you,
think
so.
probably it'll be the final chorus of the Christmas cantata. I think it's all right to do that. When they had the memorial service for Dan in King's Chapel, they asked me to conduct that. And it's a jazzy, happy piece, and it ended the memorial service for Dan. There was always one thing, another story, an alto. There were people who had worked with Dan through the years, who always came in early on an entrance. And I stopped in the rehearsal, we had a short rehearsal before, and I corrected it.
Yeah.
And we sang through it, and it was fine. Came to performance. She came in too soon, and after at the reception, after the altos kept coming up saying, "It wasn't me, it wasn't me."
That is great. All right, well, Maestra deVaron, I just want to thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. And
Well, thank you. I just love David, and I think what he's doing is so important and so wonderful. And I have to tell you one more Dan joke.
Absolutely.
Because I can't have. I told it at a cocktail service we had before the cocktail service, the cocktail party someone had before before they gave it to either Andy or maybe it was the first one.
oh, the first Pinkham Award.
Pinkham Award.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then to Andy also, who became a good friend, and his partner. And I told this, maybe you've heard it, but this was a standard Pinkham.
Okay.
What comes between, oh, I wrecked it.
Oh, go ahead.
What
Take
comes between fear and sex?
I'll bite.
Shrimp. That is absolute Pinkham. Absolute. Nearly killed me when he first told me that in the corridor. Oh.
All right. Well, Maestra, thank you so much.
Well, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
I love talking about a lot of things.
Okay. Great.
Do I say,
And,
Yeah.
and
to sign off, Tom?
David was
Oh, just stop it for 1 second.